Welcome, ladies and gents. So, Top Gun Maverick has absolutely smashed it. Or Top Gun 2, right? It's smashed the box office. $156 million opening weekend. Which, I'm not going to lie, that's more than I thought it was going to do. I'm not like poo-pooing the film or anything like that. I'm not hating on it. I'm just surprised. I didn't think there would be as many people who appreciated the first one, that are still around today ready to go and see this. Now, this doesn't mean that they obviously don't exist. It's just my bad estimations, hence being surprised by it. But I tell you what, good for it. Good for this. This is counter-programming at its finest. A very sort of macho, machismo sort of, a film. And it doesn't pander to any nonsense agendas or anything along those lines. It's very much, hey, this is what it is. Very unabashed. Enjoy. And good. Good that that's doing well. Good that counter-programming still exists. It's something different amongst the sea of same that we have. So, it had an A+ cinema score, so pretty damn good. It's actually the biggest opening of Cruise's career. Well, second. Oh, no, sorry. No, I stand corrected. Sorry, that's me misreading. It is. I was right the first time. It is the biggest opening of Cruise's career. And the biggest Memorial Day weekend ever? This is huge. Huge. Now, I haven't seen this film yet. I haven't had the time. I've been doing loads of other stuff, and I've had to rebuild this computer as well, which is just a nightmare. But, now I'm up and running again. So it says superheroes and horrors aren't the only game in town anymore at the pandemic-era box office. Now, this is the Hollywood Reporter. They always have this very strange approach to these reports. They always seem to just relate, pandemic era, pandemic this, pandemic that, my COVID this, my COVID that. Little taking into account, of course, the fact that there are many, many movies now that have refuted the fact that people don't want to go watch movies. People absolutely want to go watch movies. They just haven't been making decent enough movies for people to go watch. So it's got nothing to do with the pandemic. It's just make crap films no one wants to go watch them, I guess. And a promising sign for the summer season, Paramount and Skydance's Top Gun Maverick scored the best Memorial Day weekend of all time with a projected 3-day domestic haul of $126.7 million and $156 million for the 4 days. That's just domestic. That's just domestic. Now, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End was the previous record holder with a treasure chest of $153 million, according to Disney. Now, interestingly, and something which I think is important to note here, Skydance. They have very slowly been bettering their quality. Skydance have made some absolute trash. These are the famous individuals that have been hounding our memories with Terminator recently. And, that's a perfect example of how they went from Terminator Dark Fate to Top Gun Maverick. A very, very big change in quality for them. Now, Better Than Expected Sunday pushed the estimated higher than the original $151 million weekend reported by Paramount. Maverick's launch is without a doubt a career best for Tom Cruise and is the first time he has had a film open to $100 million or more. Tom Cruise. This is the first time Tom Cruise has had a film open to $100 million or more. Just let that sink in. Let that sink in. Because it's not that... You wouldn't think it, would you? Tom Cruise. This is the first time he's had a film open to $100 million or more. Wow. So Top Gun 2 started off with a massive $51.8 million on Friday, including $19.3 million in previews, and as it opened in more than 4,700 theatres in North America. So very good. Lots of theatres to open, but not like abnormally high. Seems to be pretty much the normal run of it for these things anyway. Overseas Top Gun 2 is doing equally impressive numbers, considering it isn't playing in either China or Russia, so two big markets sectioned off there. But the film opened to $124 million from 62 markets for an early global haul of $248 million opening weekend. Wow. That's pretty good going. That is pretty good going. Now, the movie marked Cruise's top opening weekend ever in 32 markets, and Paramount's biggest live action bow in 18 of those markets, led by the UK, which actually took 19.4 million. I've seen the UK do bigger, opening weekends than that, but that's still pretty good. Not much bigger, mind you. And followed by France, $11.7 million on Australia's 10.7. Now, again, I think this is done really well. Like, in markets that you wouldn't quite expect it to do well, I just didn't expect this to do as well as it has. I'm just really surprised. Now, the release of the long-awaited sequel to the iconic 1986 movie is a defining moment for box office recovery, as if, Spider-Man Far From Home wasn't, okay, which so far has been largely fueled by superhero fare, propped up by males ages 18 to 34. Now, this is the interesting stuff, right? This is the interesting stuff. So, more than 70% of Top Gun 2's audience was over the age of 25. Not such a surprise, people will be remembering the old one. Including 55% over the age of 35. Again, not too much of a surprise, but still good to see them attending. 38% over 45. Okay, and this is the thing which I find really interesting. 18% over 55. That's a huge number. Now, ticket buyers bestowed the film with a glowing A+ cinema score, and IMAX and premium format screens turned in a whopping 37% of the gross. IMAX alone turned in a 4-day Memorial Day record gross of $32.5 million, including $21 million in North America, and prompting CEO Richard Gelfond to gush in a statement. And he's just praising the fact that it's done really well, and massive props to it. The fact that it is doing so well is great. It's very, very good for the future of studios, because studios will look at this stuff and go, right, okay, well, we can make other movies aside from just superhero stuff. I do think this will potentially throw one too many sort of revisits of older franchises back in there. We get this, as with a lot of studios, they will see something and latch onto the wrong reason as to it doing well. Here, I would imagine people are just going to go, oh, well, it's just because it's an old franchise. There you go, we're just going to do that. So we'll see. Hopefully this doesn't, signify them just going balls to the wall on older franchises. But it's genuinely surprising. It's done really, really well. I think this will continue to do really well. There's not much else to report on it, to be honest. If you've seen it, let me know what you thought of it down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Thank you so much. Take care.